Hey guys, yep, what are we doing today? We're doing, like the title says, we're doing an oil change, right? So we're heading to the auto parts store, pick up 4 quarts of oil. I already got my filter, and I'm going to show you how easy this is. I know I don't do how-to videos, but I just gotta break the stereotype of guys that own GSs don't work on them. You know, they don't use them what they're intended for, and I guess I'm guilty of that. But I do work on mine, and I just want to show you how simple it is to do an oil change and how long it takes and how much it costs, the whole deal. So we're it's beautiful, another beautiful day in North Carolina as I go through one of my favorite turns, and it's like I go into this tunnel, but it's just a lot of trees. I just really like this. Just feel like I'm in a tunnel, but it just gets real dark in here, and then we just come out and it all brightens up. Yeah, that's nice. So yeah, so we're heading to the auto parts store. There's nothing really close to me. It's about 12 miles away. Hopefully they'll be building one soon. That's what I'm hearing. But that's okay. So we're going to pick up 4 quarts of 540 oil. And it's not a... I know some guys are... You know, you have to be BMW oil and a BMW filter. But I use a K&N filter. And then I use, you know, Valvoline, Castrol, Pennzoil, Mobil 1. Any motorcycle oil, 540, that I just feel like buying at the time. I don't see major differences. Now, some guys might argue because when you talk about oil, it's like, oh my God, everybody has their favorite oil, and they've gone thousands and thousands and thousands of miles with no issues. But I'm okay with the major brands. So yeah, so we're going to head to the parts store. All right, guys, we're back at O'Reilly's. I went to AutoZone, but they didn't have anything for motorcycles. Well, they had stuff, but nothing I liked. So I wound up going to O'Reilly's, which is across the street, and they had Mobil 1, which was on sale, like $9 a quart, which I thought was pretty good. But one caveat, they didn't have 540, they had 1040. So being that most of my then, you know, BMW recommends 540, but I'm going to go with 1040. Since most of my riding, by the time I put another 6,000 miles on it, it'll be cool again, and I'll put the 5 in. So, but right now we're doing it 10. And we're off. So as we go through a little town in Clayton here, we'll be back at my garage and we'll be changing the oil. Okay? Doo, 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 doo. And that's it, folks. So, let's put it up on the, I don't know if you guys can hear me, but let's put it up on the center stand. Now, let's see, do I have it in gear? Yes, I have it in gear. I always leave it in gear. It's not in gear anymore. Center stand, fixed stand. Some guys have trouble, but I try to square it, as you can, meaning that if you're on like one angle this way, it's going to be impossible. And I'll give it, BMW is not the easiest. So I grab over here, and I just go, now some guys have a hell of a time getting it up. I know other bikes are easier, but this is not bad. It's not bad at all. All right, let's go shoot as I come over here. All right, guys, here's the tools I need. I did make a mistake. I thought I'm going to need a, for the drain plug, it's not a 10 millimeter socket. It's a 10 millimeter, oops, that's a Torx. It's a 10 millimeter Allen key. Not a big deal. 17 millimeter wrenches for the nut on the end of the K&N. That's why I like K&N so much. Let's see, it's a T30 for the Torx, and that's it. And then you have this to fill plug. That's the BMW. That's underneath your seat. So it's pretty simple. And you know, I always tell you guys it's a great deal to invest in one of these Torx bits. This is for small stuff, but man, it comes in handy. You need some big stuff too, but this just covers like 80% of everything on the bike, and obviously a little ratchet for the skid pan. skid pan, skid plate. So, yeah, all right, let's get to it and show you what it's like. All right, guys, so here we are. And I usually use a little like impact for this, but as you can see, I just loosened that one up. But, and let's see, just loosen these babies up. I don't want to spend all the time, you know, it's pretty quick. I usually use, like I said, a little small impact and boom, boom, boom. I don't put them on with an impact because obviously you can snap these things pretty easy, but they're pretty easy to do. And boy, is my skid plate nasty dirty, which as it's draining, I like to clean the skid plate up. That's a lot of, that's 18,000, almost 18,000 miles, folks. All right, guys, so the next is the Allen. It's a 10 millimeter Allen. Let's put the drain plug. Always have plenty of rags because oil goes everywhere. Just make sure my little screws don't go anyplace. And I'm trying not to get in the way of the camera. And this is a 10 millimeter Allen. Okay. Now, a lot of guys, what they'll do is put a new crush collar on it because that's what the whatchamacallit recommends, BMW recommends in the service, but, or crushed washer, I'm sorry, not collar, but I never do. So it lasts, it's never leaked, never had any issue. So I like to keep it tight as can, and it's pretty hot. Oops. Well, I screwed that guy's up. Well, I guess it's not as easy, and I'm not gonna cut this out, guys. It splashed on the side, got on my tire, and yeah, so it's a mess. And I'm showing you how easy this is. It is easy, guys. I'm just, you know, doing the camera, and I guess you see the mess on the tire here. You know, it's trying to set the camera up so you can see it, see what I'm doing and everything like that. And, you know, whatever. I'm not the best when it comes to this production stuff, you know, making it look seamless and all that stuff. So I got oil on the floor, but I got some degreaser. I can clean it up, not a problem. Near the tire, we'll clean it all up as it drains. And as it drains, well, the next thing we're going to do is, like, you got to have plenty of rags, folks. So we're going to do the filter, and that's a 17 millimeter. And I show you, this makes it just so much easier than, you guys can pick that up, that I'm not blocking you. And it just makes it so much easier. Now, I use a rag here because it's going to spill on the header. And the header's, it's a little hot because I just pulled in, but nothing bad. It cools off fairly quick. So it's starting to drip a little bit. And so I'll pull this a little bit closer. So as you can see, some guys will put a tin foil on it, and then, which is kind of cool. And kind of cool. It makes it a little bit easier to just flow off and you don't ruin rags. But I just like to do it this way. Everything's pretty hot. All right, guys, I'm sorry. So let's go back to it. As you can see, the drain pan was blocking. I told you guys I'm not good at this stuff. So the filter came off real easy, guys. I just don't, I'll show you how it, I'm gonna just get a little oil, even though it's dirty. You just want to put a little oil on the end here. And guys, I'm really apologize because I didn't want it to spill all over the place. Obviously, my production's not the best. So how simple is this? I'm still draining, folks. And that's pretty much it. And I usually just use my hand, but my hands are, but this is how easy it comes off, just like that, folks. That's what I love about this. You don't have to worry about getting a wrench in there. It's tough to get on. So since it's so oily, this is a no-no. I don't recommend doing this, but this is how I do mine. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on it. Just basically hand, and that's it. That's all you needed to do. It's just like being hand tight. And while she's still draining, I'm going to run up and, you know, take a break. Not take a break, but I'm going to clean that pan off, clean the oil mess I made around here. Again, I apologize, guys. I put the thing right in the way. So basically what I do is I'm going to show you guys. This is how it comes off. Super simple. And back to hand tight. It's still draining. I'm going to let it drain, get some more rags, clean up the mess I made, and you know, what are we into this now? 10 minutes? It's just super simple. And as you can see, guys, I did make a mess, but that's because I'm trying to position the camera right and everything like that. It usually doesn't go this messy. It's usually pretty simple. But, you know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Oil changes can get messy, but guys, it's super simple. All right, so we'll be back in a second, and I'm just letting this drain a little bit more, and I'm going to just clean up this mess. All right? All right, guys, so it's just reverse order. I have to apologize if I've been blocking everything with the pan. I don't know. We don't know how this production is going to come out, but just a couple more drips and we're done. But all right, so I'm just going to try to lay this thing down and just, as I can see, oops, the pan is kind of in the way, but we'll try to make it work. All right, so move the pan out. We'll get a couple of drips, but that's okay. As you can see, I'm not using a new crush washer because it never leaks. I've never had an issue. I very, very rarely have to change one. And oops, guys, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm not the greatest with this stuff. Made a mess of everything, folks. So, maybe I should change the video to, it gets messy, guys, you might not want to do it. But it's not that bad, guys. Putting furniture together, when you get from IKEA, one of those places, it's a lot more difficult than this. And I don't really do it. There's a torque rating on it. I don't know what it is, but I'm not a big torque guy except for wheels and stuff like this. This is fine. And that's it. So, and then obviously you put the pan back on, and just a quick note. If you can see these, I'll show you these. Make sure they don't fall out. They can fall out, and that's it. So basically, here we go. It's not that bad. And maybe I'll just speed up the. And that's it, folks. And then we're going to just walk over and show you. I'll just pick up the camera and clean my hands a little bit. And then we'll do the pour. And you know what, guys? You wouldn't believe it, but I forgot my funnel in my race trailer. So what do I have to do? I had to make up something. So, all right, so I'm going to do this with one hand. So you take this tool. It fits into there. So just gonna put this one end in here, and you just kind of line it up. Sorry guys, if you can, and then that's it. And then we take it out. Oops, dropping stuff. Oh, sorry guys, it's removing a plug, so how hard is it, right? So that's all you need to do. The rest you can take off with your two fingers. Rest it on the, don't rest it on the seat because there might be a little bit of oil on it. There's my oil. And let me just show you what I had to do with the funnel as I hold on, guys. So it's pretty, it's got an O-ring in there, so just be careful. Oops, let me just show you. It's got an O-ring in there, so just be careful of it, that it doesn't go any place when you're putting your funnel in it. So I'm trying to not... trying to get it out, folks. Okay, so there it is. And you don't really have to remove that. I just putting this funnel in here, makeshift funnel. And so it doesn't, so let's see, it should screw in a little bit. Not really screw in, but enough so it doesn't spill. Let's see how that works. So if it spills all over the place, it spills all over the place. Okay, then we get our oil. So far, so good. So we're going to do 4 of these. You don't have to watch the 4. You don't have to touch it if you have a normal funnel. I just did that because I was afraid that it would push it in or something. So, and that's it. Oh, come on, guy. Hardest part is putting the plug back in. Now, I don't use the wrench to put it back in. I just do it by hand. The handle. Just wiping my hands a little bit, but you'll see what I mean. So I just, let's see, that's it. That's all I do. It's rubber O-ringed. It's going to be fine. So that's it, guys. So I got here, whatever. I don't even look at the time, but it's really just a half hour of your time, guys, if you don't make a mess. And it's an easy half hour if you're not doing a production like you're trying to show people. I'm trying to put the camera in different angles and everything and trying to show you guys how it is. So yeah, it's all good. So let's start it up and make sure there's no leaks. And we'll be good. All right, guys. So here we go. Nothing. People say, well, you should put some oil in the filter, but you really can't. You're going to see some smoke, as you guys see some smoke, but that's me spilling oil all over the header. But that's okay. That'll burn right off. And yeah, you can't fill the filter because it's, you know, it's on the side. And there's enough oil on the crank and the bearings and stuff that starting up is not going to be an issue. I don't care what you say. I've been doing this for 40 years. I've never had bearing issues whatsoever. So yeah, so that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And one oil change, done. Oh, one more thing, guys. I'll come back in about, I guess, well, just give me some time and I come back and I'm going to show you how I reset my, because you cannot reset the service reminder in the US. Only in Europe you can reset it, but you can't reset it here. And I'm going to show you how I reset the service reminder. And I'll be back in a bit. All right, guys. I'm here doing the service reset, which you can't do on US motorcycles. European motorcycles, yes. I don't know about Asia or stuff like that, but I know the European, you can go right into the dash and it just tells you, you know, how to reset. But in the US you can't. So what I did is I purchased this. This is a OBD Link LX. It communicates with the port, you know, with the OBD port. And you got to use, this is the minimum one you can use. Most of the other ones won't work. OBD Link LX or MX. The MX is more expensive. This one's about 30 bucks and the app is free. So I'm just going to show you what app I use and how we go about doing this. Here we go. This is a T25 Torx. This is where your OBD2 connector is. So that's going to stay in there. Got the rubber grommets. Now this is, I'm going to show you guys. I don't have the rubber grommet on there because, well, not there because I lost it. I don't know. Can you guys pick that up? And I put some tape on it to send in there. I'm just been too lazy. The last time I did it 6,000 miles ago, I pushed it in and it fell out. You got to put some goop on it, WD or something. This one will push out too. So that's it. Not a big deal. So just a little tech tip. All right. So now here's your OBD connector. It just slides right out. Then you have your dust cover. Hope you guys can pick this all up. Like I said, I'm terrible at these videos. That's just a dust cover. So what I'm going to do is, the apps are all ready. So this is the OBD Link app. I'll go back to it. And it's a free app. I don't know if you're getting reflection in that or not, but it's a free app. There's the device. Device is about 30 bucks or so, and the app is free. And it lets you communicate. So I'm going to, and then you have MotoScan. MotoScan is what lets you get into the software of the bike, you know, so it just recognizes everything. You can change lots of different things and check things, clear codes, and you know, and change the service. It's about, I think, a $40 app. I mean, a $40 app. Yeah, I think it's about 40 bucks or 50 bucks. I'm not sure, but it's called MotoScan Professional is what I use. They have 3 different ones. So, but I'm going to go out of it for a second, and then I'm going to just plug in this, and I want to show you how this all works, guys. Okay. So here we go with the OBD2 port, and it's okay. So now it should start blinking. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's blinking pretty fast, and that's the time you have to click on this app, settings, connection. I'm going to pick the one I have. That's the OBD Link LX. Continue. It asked me to start the engine, but I don't have to. This, I want to make sure the power's on. It wants to know the power's on, and then I'm gonna. It's already blinking, so I don't have to hit that button. It recognizes the OBD link. Oh, come on. Okay, and I'm gonna pair. And as soon as I pair, I'm going to disconnect out of this app because now it's going to search for a car, and I like to just close all. I just like to close all my apps, and then because what happens is it doesn't recognize a motorcycle. The OBD Link LX does not recognize a motorcycle, only cars. So you'll never be able to connect. And then what happens after it tries to connect, it disconnects the connection between the Bluetooth of the phone and the OBD Link LX. So now it's time to go into Motoscan. And now I'm going to hit Motoscan, open that app. I'm going to go into, let's adapter check. Hope you guys picked that up. I know we got some glare in here, but I'm doing the best I can. So it's checking to make sure that it's connected and everything is good. It shows connection, so I'm going to back out of that, and I'm going to go into the R series, because this is an R series, but it's a K. I don't know why they call it a K, but it's a K. It's a K. Where are we? K50 is 1200 GS or 1250 GS. So then we're going to click that on. Okay, and as we're in there, you see all the different settings it has. Just lots of different things. You can clear codes and stuff, but I'm going to go into instrument cluster. Okay, but I forgot to turn the bike on, guys. So just hold on a bit, and I will turn the bike on. Oh, guys. Why I hate this so much. But I'm doing it anyway because I think you guys want to see how easy it is to work on these things. And it's just not bad. I mean, for 80 bucks, it's definitely worth it to have that. So now it's connected. I just didn't have the bike turned on. You don't have to start it. You just turn it on, and you'll see where it says live data. It has lots of little things. You can put live data and start it up, but I'm just going to do service reset. All right, so service reset, 1,000 kilometers. This is in kilometers only, so 1,000 kilometers that's where it always defaults to. Sorry, 1,000. 10,000 kilometers, it always defaults to 10,000 kilometers, and I'm just going to reset it, and which is roughly about 6,000 miles. Okay, so 6,200. Now, there's a date. I'm going to change the date to, I don't know why the date did that, why it changed that, but I'm going to go to January 1st, 2023, which the date is irrelevant. It's not really relevant because I could get miles. I could never even reach 6,000, or I could be way past it. I'm going to hit reset again. So that's it. So that's it, folks. Everything is reset. Bring it over. One more. Okay, so now you can see remaining distance 6,200. Before it was like 40. I should have showed you that. And then the due date would be January 1st, 2023. But that's not. Who knows if that's going to be happen or not. So I always go by the mileage. Unless it's a year, then I'll change it no matter what. If it's a year. So yeah, that's it. And then we'll just shut this off. It goes back together just as easy. I'm just going to pull out the connector. Make sure you put the dust cover back on. Okay, so it just goes in right easy. Just see how easy it goes in. This is all your connections, and that's it. So yeah, and then we get the cover. You don't want to pop that out because you're going to lose it, like I lost this one. So just put that one in first. I put a little tape on it, and that just slides right in. And we get a little Torx. It's T25. That's it. It's pretty simple, guys. Doing this camera stuff and doing it, like I said, I'm not really good at it. I do much better when I'm not kind of filming things, trying to make it look good. I'm not a good production guy. And that's it, guys.